Hey Reefers, welcome back to another video from Reef Drama. Today we're going to start a new series of the maintenance sort of schedules that I've got in place for this tank anyway, which will cover us through 3 to 5 days, fortnightly, monthly, 6 monthly, yearly, that sort of thing. So what we're going to start with is the 3 to 5 day. That's what we're going to be looking at today in this video. I don't really have too much that's a one-dayer. The only thing that I really do have, and what I'll do is I'll bring you in now actually so you can see. But all we do is I just have a look at my screen. As you can see here, I've got my Senai temperature that I can also cross-reference to my D&D controller for the temperature, and I've also got my auto top-up information on there as well, so it just sort of tells me how much water has gone in on a daily basis. The only other thing really would be just to have a little general look at the tank, quick check over, make sure the fish are still there, make sure the corals seem to be happy, and maybe open up the doors, quick check, make sure the skimmer is still working, and that sort of stuff. But really as a day-to-day maintenance, obviously other than feeding, there's not a great deal else that I actually do. So what we'll do is we'll get straight into this video. See you in a minute. Okay, so all we need to do with this one then is just literally take out the filter floss and replace it for fresh. So first off, I've got the new DIY kind of weir section that I put in. Remove that one first. That one just sits on this piece of egg crate, and then we've got the actual kind of weir that then flows up and then over, and the idea is that it just pushes all the debris sort of across to the end of the filter floss. As soon as it gets to the end, and obviously that's when it gets replaced, but it does capture, as you can see, a lot of debris prior to actually going down into the filter floss that's in the cups where the filter socks used to be. So now all we need to do is just pull these out kind of one at a time. Again, same sort of thing, taking out the old and just replacing it with the new. And all I do with this is just fold it in half and then just kind of like roll it up like so, and just pop it straight back down into the cup again. So nice and straightforward, nice and easy, fairly quick to do, doesn't take too long at all. So that's those two. Do the same with this one, do this one. So obviously in this Red Sea Reefer 425 XL, we've got 4 cups or 4 places for filter socks, depending on what you're going to run. Same thing, roll that up. There we go. And then finally we just put the egg crate back on there like so. This will sit straight on the top of the egg crate. Make sure it's nicely into the 2 corners, 2 edges, and then just slowly sort of feed it underneath this overflow kind of weir section until you get it all the way to the very end. Like so. And then if it's a little bit too long, then I'll just fold over the end and pop it in there like so. And then that will be the debris now starting to collect at the very front edge here as the water falls over onto it, and then gradually as it gets worse and worse and worse, it will just build across. Another job done. Right, next on the list is the cleaning of the skimmer cup. So let's turn that off. Turn off skimmer.
Okay.
Right, all we need to do now is just remove this. Like so, take it through to the kitchen and give it a clean through. Okay, so let's get on with this. Right, so just a rinse through. So as you can see, all we're really doing is just giving this cup a good clean out. Nothing major, nothing special about it. The actual skimmer itself will come out every now and again, probably once every 3 months, and give the actual skimmer itself a good clean. But obviously you're looking at your skimmer cup at the moment, and this is, for me anyway, every sort of 3 days roughly. All nice and clean again. There we go. Leave that to dry off for a bit. And then obviously don't forget, when you've finished doing anything like this in the kitchen sink, to keep the wife happy, make sure you use your anti-bac once this is all gone, and then you're clear again, then obviously to give all this a nice spray over. So I'm going to leave that there, do that afterwards, because I don't want any of that to obviously get onto or into the skimmer itself. Okay, so all nice and dried off, nice and clean, just pop that on there. Now what I also do is just run around with a bit of kitchen towel, just the inside of the skimmer, where the bottom of the skimmer cup sits, where you've got this rubber seal. So I'll just wet the kitchen towel a little bit and then give this a wipe over. Just takes off any little bits of debris that might just be up there. Also worth checking as well, just to make sure there are no little crustaceans or anything like that up in this place, because that will potentially affect the seal when you pop this back on. So now that's done, we can pop that on there, push that down like so. I usually always leave my overflow. If I had this set up, you know, you could have this going into a bottle so that it's continuously draining out, but I don't do that. I just make sure that that's sort of sitting on there, just in case the cap ever came off, I guess, and then at least most of the debris will be caught on the filter floss. But now we just turned it on, so turn on skimmer. Okay. And that is another job done. Okay, so last job really now is just to clean off the glass. I've got my Tunze Long care magnet, and then once we've done the inside of the glass, we're then going to do the exterior and also just wipe over the cabinet doors. So let's do it. Now I don't leave mine in the tank all the time, I do actually take it out. So, but obviously you've got this little handy feeding. Oh, look what I've done, I put the wrong one in, that's talking to you. Pop this in. There we go. And then just start off cleaning the glass. Now I have actually done another video when I bought this Tunze Long care magnet and replaced my flipper with this one. And on there, not only will be the reasons of why I replaced the flipper, because it scratched the glass, but also it goes on there about some like top tips, you know, of cleaning the glass inside and outside. So, you know, if you want to find out more about cleaning the glass and how-tos and the best ways, then you can always check that video out. I'll put a link to it in the corner so that you can find it nice and easily. Now you still need to be careful when you're down at the sands level, because obviously we don't want to scratch the glass. Okay, so now that's done, we can take this out and I will pop it on the side to dry, like so. Just remember to keep the two magnets apart from each other, otherwise, especially if your fingers are in the way, it's going to really hurt. Drop that back on there. And now I'm just going to get my microfiber cloth and then go over the glass on the exterior just to clean off any sort of smears. And then once we've done this, we'll then do the cabinet doors. Now today I'm only doing on video the front glass. That's that done. Let's do the cabinet doors. Right, so all I've got here then really is just a spray bottle with some RO water in and like a microfiber pad. Now if you have actually got a little bit of salt creep or something, you know, that's on the glass, then you can just use a little bit of RO water spray and then obviously do it that way. But for down here, it's just going to be, as I say, a bit of RO water and then give them a wipe over. And that will bring them up nice and clean. let them dry. Job done. So there we have it then, guys. That didn't take too long at all just to go through. As I mentioned, it was like a 3 to 5 day kind of maintenance schedule that I do on this tank. You know, it all depends really with regards to the skimmer. You might get away with 3 days. You also could go for 5 days. You may even be able to go for a week. I guess it all depends on exactly how much it's pulling out. And you know, maybe how lazy you are, right? Sometimes, you know, I do this 5 days, sometimes I do it 3 days. So I guess it all depends on, you know, other kind of commitments, doesn't it, with work and all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty much it for this week. If you stay tuned to the channel, if you hit that subscribe button, then you will then be notified as and when I upload more videos. Press the little bell, and then hopefully at some point, you know, we'll go on to the next phase of the scheduling, maintenance scheduling, which will be weekly, and then I'll put a video up for that one. But for me, and of course Piney, hey Piney, that's it for this video. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Easy come, easy go.